Hi, welcome to another gentle and intentional yoga class. Let's start on the floor, on pillows and blankets. And I love to start class with just taking a few moments of silence and meditation to really center ourselves, collect our thoughts, and settle into our breath. So we'll start by just taking a few really deep cleansing breaths in and out. As we noticing how we feel today, wherever you are. Just taking a notice. Let the breath flow in and out, gently and gracefully. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Beautiful. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Great. Good. And take your hands to your belly. And as you inhale, let that belly fill up with breath. Expanding with breath. And then as you exhale, feel the belly fall back towards the body. Awesome. And we'll just breathe like this for several breaths as you let the belly fill up and then deflate with your exhales. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And begin to clear your mind, working to cleanse your thoughts, letting go of anything that's not helpful, anything that's a distraction. And beginning to cultivate thoughts of healing, focusing our mind on words and phrases that are going to be beneficial towards us. Maybe it's one word, maybe it's a phrase that starts with I am. Taking a few more moments here, really grounding our bones into our comfortable seats and grounding our breath into our body. The chin can be gently relaxed here. The eyes can be closed. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more good breath in. And a good breath out. Awesome. Let's make our way onto our back. Now, if you would like, you can take all your comfortable support and place it under the head, like a pillow. And we're just going to take it all the way down, extending those legs out. Let's point and flex the toes a few times, roll the ankles around, and reach the arms up overhead. Taking a deep breath in. Good, and then releasing the arms alongside the body. And the deep breath out. Wonderful. Take a breath or two here on your back, just enjoying the firmness of the floor. Maybe picking those hips up, placing the feet on the floor, picking the hips up, and then resting them back down, resting your hips back down, finding some length in that spine. Great job. Okay, inhale, reach those arms up. Good. Exhale deeply, bring those toes together. Inhale. And then as you exhale, hug the right knee in towards your chest. And then we're going to inhale, straighten the right leg, straighten the arms up overhead. Exhale, hug the left knee in towards your chest. And we're going to do this several times. Inhale, lengthen, open up. Exhale, right knee in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And an exhale. Keep it up. It's a little bit easier with the pillow under your head. So if you want to get a bit more of a core workout in, just get rid of that pillow and support that head off the ground using that core strength. I am all about as much help as I can get. And maybe when you're feeling a little bit more energetic, you could try this again without the pillow. Let's just do a few more on each leg. Exhaling, hugging it in, pushing the air out. Inhaling, expanding, and filling up. One more each leg. Deep inhale, stretch it out like a cat, point the toes, wiggle the fingers, and then take those arms back alongside the body for a breath. And then we can remove the pillow. Take your head to the floor, maybe draw the chin from side to side. And then we're going to hug both knees in towards that chest and rock from side to side. And then we're going to rock back and forth until we come all the way up to sit. Back and forth. So this is a great opportunity to massage your whole back. Massaging all those muscles. Awesome. And then we'll just come right up to sit. From sit, we're going to cross the ankles and sit over the feet, coming into tabletop pose. Great. Now, if you have sensitive bones and knees like me, you may want to take a blanket under those knees. So, always using my blanket. I'm coming to tabletop. Great. Let's start with our left leg. Pull the left foot forward between your hands. And if you need help with your left hand to get that left foot all the way up, that's a great way to get a little bit of extra help here. Good, and then we're just going to lift our hands up to that front knee. So we're high up on that back leg, supporting ourselves nice and tall. Take a breath. Good, and then take your hands inside that left leg. Both hands are going to step inside the left foot, and take your right foot and just kick it so that it's facing the back of your mat. And then we're going to come all the way up until our left hand or elbow comes to the left knee. And then the right arm is going to reach up and we'll gaze up. Great, and create a nice tension. What you can do is grab your shin with your left hand and press your left knee open, and with your left knee push your hand inwards. So we're creating sort of a section of strength, and you're going to feel it a lot in the left thigh. Engage the core muscles and gaze upwards. Deep breath in. Good, and then we're going to come all the way back. Take your right hand to the floor. Straighten that left leg, and then reach the left arm towards the back of your mat, maybe gazing upwards. You can come up onto the fist of the right hand, or the fingertips, or stacked books maybe. Good. All right, and then using your core strength, pull yourself out of this, bending that front knee, And bringing your left elbow to the left knee, reach that right arm forward for extension all through the right side body. Good, and then come on back up. Beautiful, and then walk your hands back to the front of the mat. Take your right foot back to the back of the mat. And we're going to step that left foot back into tabletop pose. Awesome, blossom. All right, now we're going to step the right foot forward. I'm just going to flip around here. Step the right foot forward. And we'll come all the way up onto that left knee. Nice and high. Take a breath. And then we'll exhale the hands all the way down to the floor. Take your left foot towards the back of your mat. And then slide that right hand up the right leg. Clasp onto that right shin. And then reach the left arm up. Create that suction and tension between knee and your wrist, forearm area. And extend those left fingertips upwards. Great, and then we'll pull ourselves out of that. Take your left hand or fist or fingertips, or perhaps we use a little height here, and extend that right leg straight. Reach that right arm to the front of your mat, and get nice length through the right side body. Good, and we'll use our really strong tummy muscles to lift ourselves up. Bend that front knee. Bring the right elbow to the right knee and swing the left arm forward, stretching through the left side body. Good, and then nice strong belly back to center. And we'll take our hands back to the front of our mat, kick that left foot to the center of your mat as well, and take the right foot back to tabletop. Awesome, great job. All right, let's curl those toes under and lift up and back for downward facing dog. Walk it out. Pedaling the feet. Good, and then taking as many steps as you need to get to the front of your mat. Bend the knees, inhale, halfway lift. Good, exhale, forward fold, hug the body in. Good, bend the knees, reach the arms up, look up, upward salute. Exhale the hands through to prayer, steady standing. Beautiful, take a moment here. Really press those palms together. So, palms pressing nice and strong together. Find all four corners of the feet. And then lift those elbows up a little bit as you draw the shoulders away from the ears. And I just want to do a few rolls and turns of the head here. One way first, engaging those arms. Nice and slow. One way, and then the other way. And as we press our palms in towards one another, we're really able to access a few more muscles and tendons throughout the neck than when our arms are heavy. Awesome. We'll just come back to a nice neutral chin. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, Tadasana. Mountain pose. Great, and then if you're still at the front of the mat, go on and stay here. We'll inhale, reach the arms up, look up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift, press those thigh bones away from you. Exhale, step back, downward facing dog. So take as many steps as you need to get there. Walk it out. And we'll inhale to the top of a push-up, high plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga, hit the deck. Press the feet down. Inhale the chest up, cobra pose. Exhale, child's pose. And here we get to take a breather. So take a breather in child's pose. From child's pose, we'll slowly make our way back into downward facing dog. Get those toes underneath you. Lift the hips up and back and relax the shoulders towards the feet. Awesome. On an inhale, step that left foot forward between both hands. Great. Drop that right heel and cartwheel the arms all the way up, coming into warrior two, arms out. Sink into those hips. Maybe extend the legs further apart. Our left heel is going to be lining up with the arch of the right foot. So we are in a straight line. We are on a tightrope. Try and get your hips to point towards the long edge of your mat. As you open that left knee back behind you. Okay, we'll inhale, straighten that left leg. And we're gonna really tuck that left hip in so we can tip into triangle pose. And you wanna take your left hand to the shin or the thigh. You really don't wanna press on that knee at all. So find out where your hand feels most comfortable. And take the gaze upwards for triangle pose. Some of us may be able to go all the way down to the ankle or the floor. Take another breath or two. Deep inhale. And then as you exhale, take that right hand all the way down to the floor, step back, downward facing dog. And we'll inhale, high plank pose, top of a push-up. Exhale, chaturanga, hit the deck. Maybe those knees come down first. Strong arms. Inhale, press the chest upwards for cobra pose. Exhale, child's pose. Come back to your center. Come back to any intention you may have set. And then we'll all meet back in downward facing dog. I'm gonna change directions again. Awesome, walk it out. I kind of like to bounce up and down on my toes. I always get a few cricks and cracks out that way. All right, we'll step the right foot forward between our hands this time. Drop the left heel so that the right heel lines up with the arch of the left foot. And we'll cartwheel those arms all the way up into warrior two pose. And just get your strength, find your position of optimal alignment and wellness. How do you feel safe? And then when you're ready, we'll straighten that front leg, tip that right hip in so we can come into triangle pose, Trikonasana. And figure out where that hand's gonna go. Towards the shin or towards the thigh. Gazing upwards. Good, take a deep inhale. And then as you exhale, take that left hand to the floor, bend the right knee. Twirl that left heel up so we can step back into downward facing dog. Walk it out. And then we'll inhale, high plank pose, top of a push-up. Maybe we don't drop our knees this time, and we'll do a really nice, strong chaturanga, elbows in. Maybe press up into upward facing dog. Exhale, child's pose. Awesome job. Give yourself a break. Let it go. Any tension you're holding on to, let it roll down the back and off the shoulders. From here, we'll just draw ourselves forward onto those forearms for Sphinx pose. So just walking all the way down, straighten the legs, bring the hips to the floor. And just press the elbows down, draw the chin in and up. And enjoy Sphinx pose for a moment. As you inhale, let that belly press into the floor. And as you exhale, feel it pull back. All right, and then from here we're gonna push back into child's pose. Use your elbows to push yourself all the way back, and then let the forearms drag across your mat until your head comes to the floor. Stretching out through those shoulders. Then we'll slowly roll ourselves up to sit back on those heels for hero's pose. Taking hero's pose. Resting your hands in your lap and just letting the fronts of those shins really open up. Feeling that pressure. And I'm going to come to face you. You can stay where you are if you can see me. And we're going to do a couple reclining postures. And you may want some cushion at one end of your mat first. Just having it right by your side. And we'll roll on to our right hip first. So have your blanket actually at the right side of you. And we'll roll onto that right hip side saddle. So we've slid off the feet, off the heels, and we're just sitting down on our right hip. And from here, we're gonna walk ourselves all the way down to the floor. And you can take your right arm out and rest your head on your arm here. Taking a deep breath in. Now, you can stay here, or we can deepen this posture even more by taking that right hand and placing it right behind us and taking our left cheek to the floor. So really deep twist. And your arms can support you. You can rest your forearms down and just let yourself be really heavy here. You're going to want to let that left leg just hold down the right leg, letting them weigh heavy on top of each other. Let's take a few more deep breaths in and out. All right, and then we'll take our right cheek back to the floor if we didn't do that yet. And we'll use our hands to press ourselves up. Let that head stay nice and heavy as you come all the way back to side saddle on the right hip. We're going to do that on the other side. So take your blankets and your cushion to the left side of your mat. We can pass through hero's pose, taking a moment here to center, come back to your intention, and then we'll slide onto that left hip. Take a breath in and then walk yourself all the way down to the floor. Slide that left arm long, rest your head on your arm. And this may be just what you need right now. And then there may be others who want to take our right cheek all the way to the floor, taking your left hand behind you and letting your forearms just hang out next to you. Let the right leg weigh heavy on the left leg. Just notice the firmness of the floor. And let it support you completely. Just a few more deep breaths here. We'll take our left cheek back to the floor and use your hands to press yourself off that floor. Let the head be nice and heavy as you come all the way up to seated side saddle on the left hip. And from here, we're just going to find a nice, easy pose. Tadasana, legs crossed. You can take your blanket and pull it back behind you, folding it a few times, and roll forward so you can sit on that blanket. And it just gives us a nice lift of our seat so we have a nice broad heart. And let's take a moment to just enjoy how we feel after a nice gentle class. Taking a few deep breaths in and out, and just reminding ourselves to keep breathing. Keep consciously breathing. Not taking it for granted, but letting that breath flow in and out freely and gracefully. Reminding ourselves of our intention one last time as we bring our hands to prayer at heart. Bowing our heads in gratitude. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Have a lovely rest of your day.